Danny McCaffrey here from No Limits Fitness, and we are live from the headquarters in Kennedy Way. This is my new office. I still need to get all the stuff. Some of our clients are awesome clients. Colleen and Gary Rice bought me a few wee photo frames, and so we'll get them stuck up as well. So this is our quote for today: dreams don't work unless you do. Okay, so remember I told you last week when I had Coach Zone's quote, we'll do a quote every week, motivation, and that's 100% true. You can dream all you want, you can have all these fancy ideas of where you want to go in life, but if you don't actually do the work, they won't become a reality. And that's all I try to do every day, is just try to get one step closer to achieving what I want to achieve in my life. And one of my big goals, as you guys all know, is have 10,000 people by 2022. Okay, so listen, this is Ask Dan Show episode 3. So I want to give you a quick story about a few things that happened last week. So we had our members night out, we finished our Hot Mom Challenge, and we had an amazing client, Fiona McBurney, who lost 17 pounds and actually won our challenge. And honestly, the amount of people that were actually saying to me and saying that night at the night out, I couldn't believe it was Fiona, because she had such an incredible transformation. So I want to just give credit to Fiona for being awesome and getting awesome results and doing every single thing that we asked her to do. She was at every Hot Mom strategy session, she was giving input, she was helping other people, and she was flat out in the session working her ass off. So credit to you, Fiona, well done. And if anybody's friends with her and sees this before she does, make sure you give her a wee tag, and make sure you love it, share it, like it, whatever you need to do. But well done, Fiona, that's awesome work, love it. So, first question today is accountability. What is it? Why is it important? We get asked this all the time because we are an expensive gym. When I say expensive, we're more expensive than the average gym because we do more than the average gym. We give more, we get more, we aim higher, and we get better results than any other gym. So that's why we're more expensive. And people always ask this question, like, we give you accountability, they're all like, what the fuck is accountability? Okay, so accountability is basically us keeping you on track. Okay, so when you have a personal trainer one-to-one, okay, it's only you and them. So when they follow you up or you don't turn up to a session, then it's obvious they don't turn up because that personal trainer is left without a person. In our gym, when you're dealing with high volumes of people and you're dealing with large groups, then it's very easy to become that forgotten person. You've been to that gym before, you've been to Pure Gym, you've been to all these different places. You know, when you go into a class and maybe have 20, 25 people in it, and if you don't go next week, nobody actually cares. We're different. We check up on you, we make sure you're there, and we have a report done every 3 days to see where you've been and who's missing passes. And you will get an text from our accountability coaches, Terry and Owen. And if you've been missing longer than that, you will get a text from our admin. Then, if you've been missing longer than that, I may actually turn up to your door because we have your address. So that's why it's so important, because listen, it's so easy. We have found that after 3 to 5 days of missing the sessions, it's very easy for that 3 to 5 days to turn into a week to turn into 2 weeks, 2 weeks to turn into 3 weeks, and then boom, your fitness journey is over for the time being because you want to take a wee break because you're unmotivated. So it's within our best interest to make sure you get results and make sure you stay motivated. And remember that why, the why you came here, the why you sat in front of me on the sofa and got the results. So that's why accountability is so important, and it's a massive part of our program, and we aim to please. So the second one, what is the best meal to have when out? Well, this is an interesting one, okay, and I'll tell you why. Because about 6 to 8 months ago, I would have thought it was like a bit of a guilt trip when I had a burger the night out or whatever, and I've had a complete mindset shift from being on this nutrition program with my coach, and it's having no guilt associated with a certain food. It's taking away good foods and taking away bad foods and just putting them into a calorie sort of bundle instead of seeing them as healthy or unhealthy. Now, obviously, as a fitness professional, I still know what's healthy and what's not healthy. But if I want to have a burger 1 night a week or 2 nights a week, I don't see it as a guilt food. All I do is adopt my calories and eat less during the day so I can have a bigger meal at night when I go out. And if that means I go over my calories by 300 to 500 calories in that one given day, it doesn't matter. I go out, I enjoy it, it satisfies me, and the next day I move on. So if we're asking what is the best meal to eat out, basically I would go with the principle of tracking your calories and eating a bit less that day and eating whatever you want when you go out within reason. I mean, you shouldn't be having a 9-course meal and expecting to lose weight or expecting to get ripped abs or expecting massive changes in your body composition. So within reason, have whatever you like and don't feel guilty about it, and the next day move on. So if that means you want to have a wee starter, a wee main and a dessert, have it the next day, move on, enjoy it, satisfied, have a wee glass of wine. But if you are on a calorie restricted diet and you've over-consumed all of your calories and you really want to keep it tight, then generally, I mean, you can go to most restaurants and get a really good steak and some veg and maybe boiled potatoes, or maybe some salmon. And if you're really boring, you can have a burger without the bun. But stick with the other options I prefer. Okay, so number 3. I get asked this today. This is a funny one. I have a friend's wedding in 2 weeks. How can I lose 10 pounds? Cut off your fucking leg. Okay? So this is one of these things that we get asked all the time as fitness professionals. Like, honestly, you can't just cut off 10 pounds off your body in, what, 2 weeks. Okay? You can't make massive strides. But listen, we want to be sustainable because, I mean, we can stick you in a diet chamber, we can stick you, tell you to go in a sauna, we can tell you to go out and walk 15, 16, 17, 18,000 steps a day, exercise 5 times that week, do double sessions, cut your carbs lower, cut your calories lower for that 2 weeks. But listen, what the fuck's the point? Because once you go to your friend's wedding and you start drinking, it's all going to be back on. So, I don't want you to feel like that. But what I do recommend is if you do want to hit that, or feel your best for your friend's wedding in 2 weeks, just keep a tighter control on your nutrition and your calories, and maybe take out 100 calories. And what I've done in the past, I've told you this before on a Facebook Live, is from my cousin's wedding. I knew I was going to go mad for the weekend, so I basically upped my step count to like 15,000 steps a day. 3 days prior, from 12,000 to 15,000. 3 days prior, and I cut my calories just by 200 each day. And then after my cousin's wedding, I did the same. I just cut 200, so I did that for 6 days. And listen, by the second Friday after my cousin's wedding, or the first Friday after my cousin's wedding, I was back to my normal weight, so I didn't actually gain any weight, even though I ate 33,000 calories that weekend. Yes, I tracked the beer, I tracked the eggs, I tracked everything. So what I would do is just keep a tighter control on your nutrition. Don't go in with the mindset that you have to lose 10 pounds. Just go in with the mindset that maybe you have that dress and you want to feel it, help it feel a bit better, and you're not too worried about the end result. Because what you do is you drive yourself nuts, and to be honest, you shouldn't really be putting yourself in that position that you instantly want to just for that 2 weeks. That should be a long-term approach that you've been working towards, and you're feeling better, you're healthier in your mindset, and everything else is good about that, instead of having that stress of 2 weeks, because the stress alone will add to your weight loss woes, and you'll end up hating yourself at the wedding and how you feel and how you look, and you'll be really upset, and that'll lead into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of detrimental eating for your health and for your body composition goals. So listen, that's basically it for the Ask Dan show today. So remember, dreams don't work unless you do, and same as I say all the time, listen folks, really appreciate you watching. I'm going to try to grow this and do this consistently every single Tuesday, and I would love your feedback. If you have any questions, private message me or pop them below, whatever you like, and don't forget to share, like, love, whatever. It's your job to help me reach 10,000 people by 2022. Let's fucking do this. See ya. Bye.